How you doing, and welcome to another episode of Collecting with Rob. So yesterday was Saturday, free comic book day. So free comic book day is something that happens every year pretty much. There'll be free comics that all the local comic book stores will get. It's usually the first weekend of May. The issue was this year it was delayed until August due to COVID and all that other stuff going on. Last year it was completely canceled. You could only get free comics through online, which ended up not being free really because you had to pay the shipping and the handling and all that. So anyway, it's back. It was in August yesterday. So I went to a few different stores in my local areas. There's comic book stores all around me in Long Island. I went to a really cool place that's a local toy store that has like statues, sideshow, hot toys. I go there a lot. Some great stuff. A-Mock Time. I went to another place called Phoenix Comics. I went to a place called Comic Book Depot. I went to a few see if there's any different comics, see what else is there, you know, maybe for future pickups, hot toys or sideshow that I may want to buy. So yeah, so there's some cool stuff. I haven't been to A-Mock Time in quite a while. It's located again in Long Island, and they had some all the new hot toys they had available. The new Ray with D.O., which was really cool. They had the new Jeremy Renner Hawkeye. They had just a whole bunch of different stuff. Some Game of Thrones, the ReZero figures. They didn't have the Daenerys, which is what I'm looking for. But they had a lot of other cool stuff. Disney statues, just you name it, they've had it. Tons of Funko Pops. So in a future video, I'll probably take some video of some of these stores and show you some of the supplies they got, because they got some cool stuff. So I'll definitely do a hunt pretty soon. So anyway, let me show you the free comics that I picked up. It's pretty extensive. These are all the free ones. The pile is huge. Okay, I got many. So at A-Mock Time, they allowed you to take every single comic that was available for free. Usually there's like a limit of 5. Some stores like Phoenix Coyotes, I believe they limited to 5, so I got 5 from them. But A-Mock Time, which was really cool, they allowed me to pick up one of each. So I picked up one of each. Some of them, you know, like kitty comic books, I'll definitely give to my goddaughter, my niece. She could read them. It'll be fun for her. So let's show you what I got. So starting off with is Vampirella. I love Vampirella comics. They're very cool. I got a couple of statues, like sideshow related. So I could show that off in the future. These are really cool. Vampirella, first free comic book. Next is a comic called Vampire: The Masquerade. That was my second comic. Again, these are all free. The next one, they had Spider-Man and Venom. This is cool, especially with the new Venom movie coming out. You know, for free, this is an awesome comic to look at. I can't wait for this new movie. The first movie I thought was great. Critics didn't really have a good consensus on it. They didn't really enjoy it, but it's critics. They've been wrong a lot lately. Audience score, though, on Rotten Tomatoes is very high, and I loved it. I thought it was a really great movie. Anyway, The Mighty Nine Origins. I'm not too familiar with this comic, but it looks like it's something German. Also featuring The Witcher. Okay, so The Witcher, you know, the video game. Now it's a Netflix series, another good show. So that might be pretty cool. Batman, Robin, and Howard. This looks like a kitty Batman type book. Could be fun. We'll see what it's about. Assassin's Creed, Dynasty. Again, you know, based on the video games, and there's a whole stuff going on with that. Everyone knows Suicide Squad just came out. I haven't gotten to see it yet. I heard it's really good. I have HBO Max, so I'm probably going to try to watch it next weekend if I have time. But anyway, this is King Shark from Suicide Squad. Very cool. Next up, we got something called White Ash. All free. I mean, this is amazing. These are all free. You can pick them up. You do this every year, usually the first week of May. So definitely if you have a local comic book shop, they're usually everywhere. It happens all across the states every year, first weekend of May. Go see it. Pick up some comics, you know. Here's the Smurfs. Definitely going to be giving this to my niece. She'll love this. Investigators, Ants in Our Pants. Again, be giving this to my niece. Probably a funny little kitty comic. Dungeon is Back. Interesting one. So, we've all seen Blade Runner with Harrison Ford, Ana de Armas. This is a Blade Runner comic, Blade Runner Origins. Very cool. So Star Wars is now doing a line where they're in like the High Republic. I'm not too familiar with it. It's been after the sequel trilogy. Now they got like the High Republic. It's not the Old Republic. It's a time period after that, but before like the prequels. So they've been doing comics and books and stuff like that. I haven't read really any of them, to be honest, yet, but here's one of them. I'll give this a try. Not bad for free. Some Star Wars comics, always cool. So I like the Riverdale series. You saw in my last video, I got like a couple of autographs from Lily Reinhart, who plays Betty, Madeline Pesh, who plays Cheryl Blossom. Here's Archie, past, present, and future. So due to years, the Archie character has changed significantly from the 50s until now. They try to modernize it each decade. So this is a character that's been around for a long time. Really cool comic book series. Used to be in like newspapers and stuff. These are one of those comics that will probably be around forever and always change with the times, which is cool. Here's another Star Wars, High Republic. So they had 2 Star Wars books, it looks like, this year that were free. Sonic the Hedgehog. Who doesn't love to play Sonic? I remember playing that on the Genesis as a kid. I remember being like, oh, Genesis is crap, because I had Nintendo 64, but I still loved that game, Sonic. And now I look back at it, Genesis was an awesome console. Lady Mechanica. Not too familiar with that one. Here we go. Now we go to the Avengers. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Avengers, right? You got Hulk right on the front. Always going to be popular, the Avengers with the MCU and all that. Manhwa, contemporary Korean comics. So these must be comics from Korea. Should be interesting. Give it a try. Occasionally, I used to collect comics a lot more. I'm not collecting them as much anymore, but I am back into collecting certain different types of comics. So I used to have pretty much what the Overstreet comic book price guide, which would pretty much tell you the price of each comic, what they're going for. Each year they get updated in the book, and you could buy a comic cheap, and then you could see how it raises through the years. This is like basically the Overstreet guide to collecting. So they do this like every year, free comic book day. They'll give you like some hints on what comics might be going up, and what might be popular, and what you should try to collect in the future. I don't know what this is, but might be cool. I got another Suicide Squad King Shark. I got that. Then we got Zoo Patrol Squad. Again, we'll be giving this to my niece. And then we got Monster Showcase. We'll be giving it to my niece. So when I go to these stores, yeah, they're all free. It's free comics, but I always try to support local small businesses and buy some stuff while I'm there. Sometimes there's some cool stuff, and just buy, even if it's a comic, a statue, or whatnot. So I'm probably going back next week to a couple of these stores, and maybe some other toy stores as well, like Chosen One Collectibles. There's a lot of toy stores in my area, and I want to be picking up some Hot Toys and maybe some premium format Sideshow stuff. But that'll be within the coming weeks. I'll show you some videos on what I'm going to be picking up and things like that. But I did pick up some comics while I was there. So first thing, there was a rack of dollar comics. So this was on the rack at one of the stores. The Thing and the Black Widow. So we know the whole issue. Black Widow came out. We know the whole issue with Scarlett Johansson. I think Scarlett Johansson stuff, autographs wise, is already expensive as heck. I think it's going to be going up even more. So keep an eye on that. It's gonna skyrocket, especially with Disney and that whole feud that's going on. Be interesting to see what goes on. Even with the premium formats, if there's any Hot Toys of her, Sideshow, I would start to probably get on it. Look at what happened with Gina Carano. Like when she left, things went through the roof. Hot Toys, Black Series figures, everything. So it could be the same with her. So keep an eye on that. Here's another Black Widow comic. $1 comic. And then Birds of Prey. We know the Harley Quinn series. We saw that movie. A lot of people didn't care for it, but it was okay. Anyway, so of course, I'm collecting the Hawkeye Kate Bishop line. I'm really excited for that new show with Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner. So I got number one. I got a couple different variants of number one, the original. I got the Young Avengers number one that I've shown. So now I'm just trying to collect the whole line. So whenever I see whatever back issues they got, I pick them up. So here's a number 6 I was able to pick up, which I don't have yet. I got a number 8. I got a number 9. That number 9, the artwork is pretty cool. Number 11, this is awesome too. Look at this. This show is going to be awesome. I'm really excited for this. And then we got this. Number 13. This looks cool too, the cover. I think the two Hawkeyes, you know, Ronin with Hawkeye, you know, Kate Bishop, you know, with Cliff's character. I think that dynamic in the show is going to be, it's going to surprise people. People are going to really enjoy this show, I think. I think this might be the best MCU show that we've had so far, and we might get. I'm very excited for it. I also picked up something that I saw, which was awesome. This came in really good handy. So Tuesday, I'm going to be meeting Dee Snyder from Twisted Sister. He's signing his new record, his new CD I'm also going to have him sign one of his old records. I'm going to have him sign, I got a photo from Strangeland, but the photo might not go well. It's that type of photo that doesn't really go well when you get it signed with marker. It might smear off, so I'm probably not going to use that. But I got a DVD from Strangeland that I'm going to get signed by him. And I also was able to find this, which is awesome. The comic from Strangeland. Now, this is an old movie, horror movie where Dee Snyder is in. It's a really cool movie, especially for horror fans. Not much stuff that he signed that I've seen on anything Strangeland. So it's one of those indie, independent movies that it's like a cult classic. So I'm really to get this signed on Tuesday. It's gonna be awesome. So look forward to that. I'll have a video after I meet him. The video will probably be later on in the week, maybe Thursday, Friday, or the weekend, something along the lines. But really looking forward to meeting Dee Snyder. He was in Cobra Kai, my favorite show, which is also awesome. He's got some great music. He's a local Long Island guy as well. So it'll be really awesome to meet him. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching, and happy collecting.